Ooh, damn. That tequila smells lethal. I'm scared for my life. Hmm. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da, da ba dee. I spilled fucking bong water all over myself. Yeah, I'm obviously fucking pissed.
That's funny. Your father told me you weren't using guns. The past is over. Give me back. Go. Witchcraft is that!
So first card I see out is Knight of Pentacles in the upright, and the first feeling I got, honestly, is there is somebody in Knight energy, so you could be somebody who's younger than another person that you're taking interest in, and and normally I would say, that this might be an issue with it being in the Knight energy, but I feel like in this picture, this woman actually is like looking up to this person who's younger and even submitting. And I feel like that's the energy almost like that you might be feeling towards this person, that was something that you were planning on having them do ultimately, and it seems like it might be working for you, or if this is a plan of yours, it does look like it will work out for you. This is a rare case scenario, so whoever it is must be younger, but have like a sense of dominance and control about them that honestly has the ability to make people submit, and that's key right there. A lot of people tell people to submit and they want them to, and they scream and cry like a bitch, but I mean, they really just don't have submit skills. So whoever you are, you do. Yeah, Seven of Cups, temptation, wanting what you can't have, something is driving, you may not have actually. This is a plan of action probably for whoever I'm talking to. You haven't actually locked it in quite yet, but these are thoughts that you're having, and you're just envisioning how this might go for you and if it will work out, and it does look like it. So far, so good. I see that you do think about this a little bit too much, though. Which, yeah, just chill out a little bit on thinking about it as much as you do. We'll pull the cards and just see if anything negative would happen, like if you think about it for too long. Because sometimes you just want to just like let it be more natural. It's okay to like plan it out a little bit, but don't get too crazy. King of Wands, you're gonna fucking, this chick's gonna love, dude, everything's gonna work out perfectly fine, dude, more than great. Everything that you're thinking about manifesting, it's gonna work for you, for one. And then also, I feel like whoever you mate with, they're gonna really enjoy, you guys will enjoy each other. Judgment in the reverse came up twice now, actually, since I'm holding on to it. I don't feel like there's any, I feel like you guys are gonna be on the same page, and I don't feel like there's gonna be like as many haters as usual, if any, that there may have been in the past. Like, the Judgment in the reverse just feels like people are not really judging the relationship for once, and this might come as a relief for you. You don't judge each other also, you just enjoy it. The Four of Cups did come out, though. This came out twice already tonight. So one person does get actually distracted off in a whole different spot in their brain, and this is something that one of you is going to have to pay very close attention to, because you may, either decide that that's something that you can help this person through, or if you maybe want to back off and just call the relationship quits, at this time, and just maybe just like friend zone them, or keep it, maybe just more hit and run type energy instead of like relationship type energy, because this person does look very distracted. Whatever is on their mind is it means a lot to them. It's very heavy on there, and it's very important. So this could be, earlier this week it came up as a goal or a dream, or just their future in general. But tonight, I'm just picking up energies of just a couple relationships that they've lost, that they miss a lot, and feel like this person might drift away in thought, thinking about those moments or those days. And again, it's just based off of each person's skill, if they're able to be a healthy counselor, not a bossy fucking crazy person. Because I've even learned, like, with counseling people, it's not really our place to tell people what to do at all. We could be very wrong, and we could guide people in the complete wrong direction. So it's okay, not just for like you not having to do all the work and having to take on that type of workload. Because when you're dealing with somebody who's dramatic and crying and screaming and fucking throwing fits, it's it's a lot, and you're already going through your own stuff as well. And between, honestly, it's like all of that, and then keeping it all to yourself as well. And when you turn to people, some of you guys maybe felt like in the past, they would just respond in a way that was really not helpful. You already were aware that basically maybe you were messing up, and you were aware that you had an issue, and you didn't really need to come over here so that another person could fucking tell you that you had an issue. And it's kind of over time made you withdraw from really reaching out for help at all. And see what we're gonna do about that. Nine of Wands here. What I like, looks like the two of you guys might just rock it out together. See two of you guys protecting your wands together, and just feel like maybe that's just good enough. That's what you need. You didn't need all these extra people in your life to help guide you. Maybe all of these people have been removed because it was actually bringing you into the person that you needed to be in order for your true love to recognize you. And a lot of us, honestly, will only listen to our real true love. Some people just play around. They're not serious when it comes to obedience, and it's more of a game or a role play. So it's nothing to say that one person's worse than the other. It's really just about taking time to get to know what you're actually working with, because just because you want something from somebody doesn't mean that that's how they're going to be. And even if somebody says that they will do it, doesn't mean that they will. It's not that they don't necessarily mean to. I don't think some people lie, but like, even a liar has like became that way over time. And even a liar is lower on the scale, the maturity scale, the value scale, whatever you want to call it, than a lot of people. So you don't need to place judgment on those type of people. You just need to see it for what it is and place people into categories. And when you categorize people, you take no offense to the situation. You just organize things as a document in a file. It's easier that way. Five of Swords. Some of you just keep returning to a breakup, a divorce, a separation of some sort. When you do, it just brings you down. Some of you guys could even still see this person. You guys could fight. You guys could argue. You guys could even get physical because these people are touching. But this could be the battle also that you just have over and over in your head. And honestly, it's definitely just something that you gotta honestly just start really looking deeper in the mirror about, because for whoever I'm speaking to, you've been very bitter and hateful for years now over this, and it's just defined you and ruined you and spoke for you. It's made you this person that everybody is well aware does not like certain things. You're very outspoken. You make it very clear what you don't like. And, for many years, you might have been somebody that really thought that that was a great reputation for you to be that kind of person. But at the end of the day, all that happened was you kind of end up sounding like you still are not over your ex. You are bitter, you're hateful, you don't get over things, you're not accountable, and you blame this person for everything. And when people hear people talking like that, at first it might sound sad at first, but the second time it's like, damn, this person's talking about that shit again. And then the third time it's just like, okay, you're definitely not over your ex. And then, any more times after that, you clearly have trauma, attachment issues, PTSD. You need help. You need help. You need help if you're thinking about anybody longer than in a year or less, so actually, to be technical, they want us to be done in 3 months. So 3 to 6 months, you should, if you're on the right track, mentally and emotionally, apparently we should be well over somebody if we handle it correctly. 3 months is actually what they say. That's crazy, huh? So, I say a year personally, but yeah, I guess it's 3 months, and I looked it up, and it is. So that's kind of where other people are, and you know where how long it takes you to get over somebody. How long does it take you to get over a problem? How long and not just get over it, but like understand it. Do you actually like ever have accountability? Do you just like argue? Do you blame? Do you shift the attention away from yourself? I mean, it's totally see-through, so it doesn't really matter what kind of argument you think you're putting out there. You sound really great. You don't sound great, because people are actually adults now, and you sound like a little kid. So, um, at this point, I'm sure many of you guys are actually getting cut, or you're cutting people, and we've been doing both. Some of us, we've gotten dumped, here and there, and some of us have gained here and there. So whether you were doing one or the other, you felt it. You felt the impact or the loss, and you are not willing to, for one, be impacted and take loss anymore, because you're seeing how it actually impacts your spirit and your long-term health. And you might be somebody even who's wondering, like, if this happens too many more times, am I actually going to even love anybody for real? Am I going to love the, opposite? Am I going to even trust, for real? Things like that. And so if those are things that you're thinking right now, if you don't trust who you're with right now, why the fuck are you pushing it any farther? Like, why would you make it to where you do hate love or you don't believe in it? That seems crazy. If you're not around people that you can trust, and take a step back. Spend some fucking time evaluating yourself and just be like, well, what the fuck am I even doing hanging out with people like that? We cannot control what other people do, but we can understand it because they're going to do it. So just being aware of our surroundings, that's really our only duty with other people. We just need to now evaluate ourselves, say, what was it about my life, or how was I feeling, or what were they offering or doing that made me want to go kick it? And then you just get to the bottom of it. Did you say you were going to quit when you did? No, you didn't. Unless you did, and that's on you too. Just be honest. Your duty is to honestly just understand how the fuck you're getting in and out of these situations, and then really just make an honest, just realization with you and your higher power. If you want to share it with more people, you can, but this is really just between you and your higher power, saying, I do actually understand about anything that you've ever done. Don't worry about, talking to him about it, because it's really, you can't actually have closure until you say sorry about it. And, for me, I just feel like it's more important at this time to understand, you know, accountability and have empathy and understanding and can, you know, just go from there. Because if you're prudy and you're hateful towards people that make mistakes, you're kind of just judgmental, really, overall, and um, it's a really a loss in the end for that person. They're just not fun to be around, and everybody does know that you are correct, but like I said, a lot of people aren't willing. They're not saying they're going to do what you said to do just because you don't like it, and that's just what it is. You know, people think that if they bitch and complain, you know, long enough that you're just going to agree because of the torture. But eventually people get to a certain age where they're just going to not, they're just going to leave or laugh or pay their own bills or, you know, find a new girlfriend or boyfriend. And, you know, eventually, hopefully all of us get to that point, because why wouldn't you? Nobody needs to be around anybody that's bossing them around. People need to know their role. Uh, I would say even if you're doing everything right and you're the one screaming and bossing everybody around, it seems crazy that you think things like this are, you know, such a big deal that it affects that person so majorly that they gotta flip out like that, you know. They're allowing this to have that much power over them. That's what I'd more like be looking at. You ask yourself, like, do you really want to partner up with somebody that freaks out that much? Like, this little thing has this much power. You went to the grocery store, bro, and you got friggin' this motherfucker freaking out about it, dude. And like, they always have a reason, you know. They always say they have a reason for why they did everything, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And you're just like, actually, I don't care. Some of you just getting to a point where you just don't fucking care, and that's because you're changing. Life's changing, and we don't really know what it's all exactly doing. We just feel like a little different, and that's just fine. Summer's gonna be just kind of moving around for us, and I think it's gonna place us where we need to be come fall. And then fall will be changing again, getting ready for winter. So I do think some final changes will come around fall. We'll know a lot more about kind of what we're doing in our circumstances. And if you just find yourself around that time doing the same old shit that you were doing last fall, you might, well, I mean, you're just probably gonna have to do that boring old dumbass shit, you know, again for another year, and that sucks. That sucks to spend 2 years or 3 years on the same damn fucking shit every fall when you don't even like it today, ever, any day. So, we'll just point that out there. Anybody that knows today, at this very moment, you don't like something in your life, you're not allowed to complain about it anymore after today if you keep it in it. So, we have to all work on that. And I'll try to do it too. I don't really have anything in particular I totally like directly hate in my life. But I do need to work on being bossy. So, in order for me to properly work on what I would like to work on, I'll probably come up with a little procedure and research it and just see some little tips and tricks and try something outside of my brain, because thinking that we actually know exactly what to do when we already know we need to work on something, and then coming up with our own damn idea out of our own brain, that's literally the definition of insanity. So go ahead and research some kind of new way to go about doing things instead of thinking it up. Don't listen to a third party. Go ahead and just research it. You guys are more than welcome to use the Bible if you're religious or anything like that. But we're gonna research our answers. I don't want you getting them from any human form or from yourself. This needs to come from something that you've researched in a plan of action that you're trying a new strategy is the goal. And we're gonna just play around with that and see what different strategies people tried. If you want, you can comment below, and everybody can just try it out and see how it works for them.